It was a long time coming. But Nancy Pelosi has finally made the announcement many in her party have been waiting for.
The actions of the Trump presidency revealed the dishonorable fact of the president's betrayal of his oath of office, betrayal of our national security, and betrayal of the integrity of our elections. The president must be held accountable. No one is above the law.
Strong words from the speaker. But why now? A complaint about Donald Trump from a whistleblower has focused her attention. It alleges that the president put pressure on Ukraine to investigate former Vice President Joe Biden and his son. Biden is one of the potential challengers to Trump in the American presidential elections next year.
We have a president who believes there's no limit to his power. We have a president who believes he can do anything and get away with it. We have a president who believes he's above the law. Pursuing the leader of another nation to investigate a political opponent to help win his election is not the conduct of an American president.
Trump knew the inquiry announcement was coming, and he wasn't impressed.
Look, it's just a continuation of the witch hunt. It's the worst witch hunt in political history. We have the strongest economy we've ever had. We have the best unemployment numbers we've ever had.
Trump has faced down multiple scandals since taking office. With the Republicans controlling the Senate, even if he is impeached, whether he is removed from the White House is another matter entirely.
Let's go straight to Washington now, and DW's Oliver Sallet joining us on this. Good morning, Oliver. This is a real gamble on the part of the Democrats. What are the chances at this stage that their impeachment bid will succeed?
Well, let's be honest, Brian. The chances that eventually the president will be impeached out of office are very slim at this point. There are several hurdles for the Democrats to take, and the first step is quite straightforward. Once these impeachment proceedings have delivered substantial evidence, then the House of Representatives will have to vote on the outcome. That is pretty easy since the Democrats are holding the majority in the House right now, and a simple majority is enough. But then the second step will be that these findings will have to be confirmed by the Senate. They will have to speak the final verdict, and the Senate is controlled by the Republicans. And in addition to that, 2/3 of the senators are needed to finally impeach President Trump, and that would mean that half of the Republican senators would eventually have to change sides. And if you consider the partisan politics that we've been witnessing here in Washington in recent months and years, this is a very highly unlikely scenario. So for the Democratic Party, this all looks like a leap into the unknown.
Yeah, Oliver, a leap into the unknown is a good way to put it. The president, for his part, wants to undercut this move by releasing today the transcript of the conversation in question that got all this rolling with the Ukrainian president. What can we expect later today?
Well, the president, of course, must feel very safe for being willing to do so. And we've heard reports already that the expectations should not be too high, that this transcript does not deliver substantial evidence, that it's very weak, in fact, that we will learn later today, of course. But this is also not only about a phone conversation between the Ukrainian and the American president. This is about all the allegations against President Trump that have been made also as part of the Mueller investigation, allegations of obstruction of justice right now, and then, of course, of abuse of presidential powers. But all eyes really are on the whistleblower himself, who's supposed to testify later this week or even as soon as today at the Intelligence Committee, where he will deliver some evidence. We don't know exactly what his complaint is, but the pressure mounting on him is certainly very high.
Okay, the timing's also very interesting on this. How will this impeachment bid play a role in the Democrats' strategy for the 2020 elections? Will this be the central theme of their campaign now?
Well, it seems like it has to be, really, since the likeliness of successfully impeaching Trump out of office is very small. Now, of course, they can calculate by simply thinking that bringing more evidence to public would damage the Trump campaign, but this might as well backfire and end in a giant defeat before the Senate for the Democratic Party.
Okay, we'll know more with the release of this transcript today, where this is heading. For now, Oliver, thanks so very much for that from Washington.